And we could start just by talking about, you have that Brood poster, which I really like, but I was thinking about, I really like the movie Critters, and I wanted to get like one of those giant-sized Critters posters. That would be nice to have. Not Critters 2, the first one.
Yeah. Is this the topic?
Yeah, this is the topic that I'm going with, and it's already recording, so we're just going off of... This is Nerd Chatter, by the way. We're going to be talking about nerd shit, usually. But, anyway, yeah, the Critter poster is what I was thinking about.
Suspicious Kitty.
Oh, Suspicious Kitty, yeah, that died.
Didn't make the cut.
Suspicious Kitty could not. That's too ridiculous.
The name's different every week. I like it. I mean, that is the process of my band. It's Felix and whatever anybody names us.
Yeah, I mean, I guess...
Felix and the Underline, and whoever books us gets the name.
I guess I'm being super punk about this, then.
Rock.
I'm being punk rock about the name.
For the fucking podcast that you can only tune into and, like, everyone's... It's like a fucking rave. It's a different SoundCloud every week. You can listen to it for 2 days before it's taken down. They're after us.
They're already trying to find me again. They're like, what was the last one?
That's why we're recording it someplace else now.
I always joked about starting a band and just constantly changing the names so people would show up and be like, oh, these guys.
You're just like, these motherfuckers tricked me again.
Would they be pleased? Like, these guys are
nope,
these
it would be
guys.
like, oh.
Every name is slightly almost the same as another name. And they're like, fuck yeah, we're going to go see the Dead Boys tonight.
Yeah.
And then
like,
then it's that new Dead Boys. Yep. This is that Jug Band.
God damn it. Oh,
Beavis
that's
and Butthead
great.
did that once where they made their band name Metallica.
Oh, yeah.
And then they broke up before they even learned how to play anything. And then they went to the show to see Metallica. Did you watch The Killing Joke?
Why'd you do that? Oh my god, you never watched that.
I still haven't, no.
Jesus Christ. It's not like any of our viewers would know.
But I forgot I listed it and sold it online. That's how much I liked it.
That's okay. He doesn't need to watch The Killing Joke. I feel like
it was part of
you'll just be disappointed anyway.
I wasn't disappointed. I just decided that I didn't need to own it and sold it online because people are still paying.
Did you watch it?
It was alright, I guess.
What I mean, you're not really a huge comic book person.
I like Batman cartoons.
Okay. So, what did it scale on the Batman cartoons for you then? Like, what would you give it?
I still have the animated series, and I didn't need The Killing Joke. That's fair.
Yeah.
I haven't watched a lot of the... I have all those ones I had that I told you could have when I was done with them, but I haven't even watched those yet.
So, I mean...
You probably have them by now. I don't even remember when I got those.
Rank them for us.
Oh, man. That's tough.
I don't think... I remember from us talking about it the first time...
Where does Killing Joke rank compared to like Under the Red Hood?
Oh, it's lower. Okay. It's definitely lower.
I just remember everyone
Under the Red
talking about
Hood's
it.
Really good. That's
well, you were talking about people being mad about it at the movie theater or something, and like this or that, and I had no idea what either of you were talking about.
Just the
but
fact
then I watched it, and then I had no idea why anyone would be mad or
because of the romantic relationship between Bruce Wayne and
not the rape
girl.
No, not that.
I always
not that.
Was it actual rape? Or
and that's never indicated
hinting
either.
To the rape, like
he paralyzes her and rapes her.
Well,
but people are mad that Batman.
They never actually conclude that the rape happens. So it's only speculation.
Even if it's implied rape, he's still paralyzed.
Yeah,
it's still awful.
Yeah,
we're not saying that.
it's still just, he certainly sexually degrades her.
Yeah, 100%.
Whether or not he actually rapes her is left open.
Yeah,
but, I mean,
exactly. So I mean, it leaves a little open for interpretation.
I don't think
but whatever.
It does because I mean the final joke, and then Batman's laughing really hard because you're pretty sure that he's going to strangle the Joker afterwards, is because he just raped his. Batman doesn't have a lot of friends.
But that's the whole point.
Gordon's daughter.
That all comes back to, though, Batman's still always about the justice. It's never about vengeance. It's always about
I was
justice.
more mad that Batman's such a jerk after having sex with a lady. He's like, I don't want to talk to her anymore.
Fuck her.
I'll show her.
Yeah. that was really that's why it threw off a lot of people, because Batman's just not that type of character, and then
What?
to have him
Bruce doesn't have sex.
No, it's not that.
He has plenty
Of sex.
Just not with Batgirl.
Yeah.
Just not that relationship.
Just not in his Batman costume.
And plus, in the context of that story, it makes it even worse.
Yeah, it makes it weird.
Like they were trying to do that to address complaints about it, and I feel like it
made
compounds the issue. Like it makes her even more of a whole lady in the fridge type thing.
Yeah, exactly. Like, instead of like it being about him worrying about her getting hurt because he's a good person, it's because he's fucking her. Right. That's the end. Like, no, it's not because
no one else gets to taint my sexual conquest.
Exactly. Like that part is what kind of makes it sour for some people.
I still don't understand why people are mad.
What could he relate to that would make him as equally...
Was there an actual comic series of that and it's transferred over poorly? Because that would make me mad. I've never read the comics, so I don't know.
Yeah, that's what we're kind of talking about, actually, is the comic book series.
I saw more people that probably didn't read the comic either that were outraged. We're outraged.
Yeah, well, that's what we call...
because they took their kids to see it, and that's not really...
Honestly,
I don't know why
that's what we call tools.
Honestly, there are still people that are outraged about the comic.
And they told them it was rated R.
Yeah, but I work in a place where mom and dad buys Grand Theft Auto 5 for their 8-year-old because he sees that stuff on TV. They're not going to pay attention to a rated R. That just means a kid has to go with their parents.
I got you, but there's a reason why they say it's rated R, that you're going to see nudity, you're going to see these, shit like that.
That's the ESRB's problem, not the parents. If the parents are mad about taking them
Man, you're being very lax on the parents. Like, you're giving them no accountability in this.
It's like
my grandparents let me do whatever I wanted and watch whatever I wanted as long as there wasn't, like, a lot of innuendo in it.
I mean...
Which I wouldn't have got at 8 anyway. I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. A bunch of sex jokes. And these people are having fun together. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, if you get offended, that's what makes you an asshole. Not that you subject your kid to it. It's the fact that you get offended at being in a rated R film, knowing it's a rated R film, and you're subjecting your child to it.
Yeah, but I don't think the kids probably would have cared. It's the parents that's mad that they take or just the foreign section in general. People like, how dare you guys have this filth? There are penises in this.
Yeah,
and
that's why. Yeah.
Well, it says right on it.
Yeah.
Right here on the back, strong sexual conduct, including. And they're like, oh, and it's unrated from France.
Yeah.
What do you expect?
Well,
it also wasn't in English. You're going to tell me that?
Yeah, back in the day, like, every anime had the not for minors sticker stuck on the front.
The no minors.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure my
Mega Man says not for kiddies.
I'm pretty sure my VHS Akira still has the not for minors sticker on it, and it makes me happy.
I used to pull those off and stick them on dumb things I wasn't good at, like skateboarding. So I'm gonna put this on my skateboard.
Not
because I'm bad.
I used to run around with them on pickaxes. So.
That's funny. There's an Anarchy sticker I got for free at the mall, still on the electric box on Main Street in Waynesville.
Nice.
It's been there now for I think almost 20 years, and no one's pulled it up. That's funny.
That's a good sticker.
Yeah, it has lasted through all weather for almost 20 years.
Whoever the manufacturer of that is.
It was the free sticker.
Deserves a thumbs up for quality.
It was right next to the Punkorama #1. That's how long ago that was.
Yeah.
Did you watch the Doctor Strange film?
I have not yet, no.
Alright.
Did it have Mads Mikkelsen in it? I haven't watched it either. Is it out on video?
No, it's still in theater. Well,
no,
it can't be in theaters because we saw it just a little bit ago.
So it's probably at the Dollar General.
Yeah, probably at this point.
It might be at the Danbury.
I'd go see that at the Danbury.
Yeah, you can go see it there.
At the Danbury. Yeah,
it's
I don't pay full price for movies at the theater too often because there's not that much that comes to theaters that I'm willing to pay that much to see. So
I'll naturally do it for Marvel or DC, knowing full well that it could possibly suck a fat turd.
Right.
It's just I'm gonna watch it anyway.
Yeah.
just to see.
I will say most of them are at least watchable, even when they're terrible. if you turn
I can
your
tell
brain
you
off,
this:
most of them
you're
You
not
turn
going
your
to
brain
enjoy Doctor Strange.
probably not. Yeah.
No,
Most of
like
them
with
get
your high expectations, that movie's going to be ripped apart. It's kind of why I want you to
Right.
see it, so I could so you could sit here and just torture the film as much as possible, and then I could defend it because there are good qualities to it.
Okay. So does Doctor Strange feature some sequence set to a popular song?
I don't remember any.
No. There's none of that.
They don't do that. Well then, all right. It gets points for.
So there's no
Yeah,
let the
there's
bodies
no-
hit the floor.
Right.
There's no ridiculous songs. I'll give you that. And if there are, I didn't notice them.
I
So
don't
either
recall
I'm
any.
too old to notice the reference of something ridiculous song that's come out now,
Yeah.
or
Or
They
actually,
just-
or actually these days some 70s song, because after Guardians of the Galaxy, everything's
oh
set
yeah.
to some, like,
Yeah, no,
70s
there's none of
song.
that.
I
There's
don't
none of
recall
that.
any music in the whole movie.
Yeah, there's
Okay.
really it's really more just tones and shit
Okay.
and like them using.
Well then that's good, at least.
Yeah, there's a lot. Like I said, there's a lot that's good. It's just there's a lot that's bad too.
I'm
In
just
my
picturing Doctor Strange going, "There's nothing wrong with me. Nothing wrong with me.
3.
Something's got to give."
He has bridesmaids.
Yeah, it came from my house.
I still haven't watched
it's good. Bridesmaids is
I was
good.
like, everyone says I need to watch this, and he was like,
It's
"I didn't think
actually like for
I
humor.
have several copies. So.
Shit, it's pretty good humor.
I like
I
it.
mean,
Jay also is really fond of The Proposal. You know, have you
yeah.
ever
Oh
seen
yeah.
it?
She wanted to.
I was trying to find it.
That's right.
For him.
Yeah, it's a ridiculous film, and I'm fully
Don't Ashton
acknowledging
Kutcher.
Yeah.
my
No, one of the
ridiculousness
Ryans.
of liking
Ryan
it,
Reynolds.
but I just
Yeah,
really
that's-
like. I don't know. I don't know.
With,
I don't know why I like it. I can just watch it.
I really like
What
the
is it? Is it Jennifer
proposition,
Aniston
but
or is
Yeah.
it the
that's
other
something
one?
else.
So I
With the
mean,
brown hair.
I guess everybody just has their film
Yeah.
where
Brown hair.
they can
I
put it
thought
on
they
and
were
it's
blonde.
awful. It just
Brown
doesn't
hairs.
matter.
I don't have any of those.
Yeah, right.
Jay, who's the lady in that movie? Is it Jennifer
Sandra
Aniston?
Bullock.
Sandra Bullock. That's the one I was
With
trying to think of.
Ryan Reynolds?
The other
With
one.
Ryan Reynolds.
That's the other one with the brown hair.
That's
I
the
was
love.
referring to.
That's the love interest.
That sounds like the most forgettable film ever. Just
It's-
from casting
It's
alone.
totally
Jay's very
forgettable,
fond of it.
but it's enjoyable.
Right.
And what's that? The television show Coach. The
Craig T.
guy.
Nelson?
Yeah, he's in it.
The guy.
The guy, the
It's
coach.
Dauber?
You should, if Craig T. Nelson's in a movie, you gotta lead with that, man. You're doing it wrong.
Okay, he's in the film. He plays the dad of Ryan Reynolds.
Dauber plays the dad.
Yeah.
And then Betty White's in it as well. And then a bunch of people I have no clue who they are. But yeah, and it's all about the film takes off with Sandra Bullock being Canadian and her getting shipped back.
Right.
And she has this nice cozy
Ryan
job.
Reynolds is Canadian.
And Ryan Reynolds comes to the
I don't know anything about
rescue.
him.
And the reason why is because Ryan Reynolds wants to be chief editor at this little place that they both work, and she's already. So when she steps down, he gets her job, basically. So she makes that proposal right there to be his husband and her.
She's going to be the husband?
No,
I think-
to be her
That's
wife, to be his.
interesting.
God damn it.
From now on.
Anyway,
I'll
for them
just
to
have
be married,
the Jason
so
Ruins
that-
films cast. As long as he's ruining films that
You
no
didn't
one
say
cares
spoiler
to watch.
alert.
I'm just thinking that, man, if we were going to talk
He's
about
really
if we
pushing
were going to
this.
talk about romantic comedies, we should have done that when we were still calling the podcast "Suspicious Kitty." All the girls are like kitties. They're like, oh, and they're talking about romantic comedies. We would have people
Rom-coms
actually
all
listening
day
to
on
the
Suspicious
podcast.
Kitty.
You know what?
You just
Just to
done
bring
it.
back
Grown
the
men
whole
talk
thing.
about
Jake
romantic
Gyllenhaal.
comedies.
Oh, Jake
Who's talking about
Gyllenhaal.
Ryan Reynolds? I'll just say Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh, yeah.
Just
I'm
cover
not
it
fond
all.
of Jake
This is
Gyllenhaal.
the
I
same
don't get it.
person.
I created a very large Jake Gyllenhaal joke. And
Yeah.
They both fell for it.
We definitely did.
I sucked him in,
Yeah.
and then I knew that Eric would be like, "What are you talking?" And just,
Yeah.
like slam into on top of it, and then Eric looked at me right after he said it. He's like,
Dick.
Yeah.
I stepped into that trap.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, give it up
He's
to
also
Brett,
from
though.
Canada.
Is he?
Yes.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Do you know where a lot of celebrities are from?
Unfortunately, I don't forget.
I never really looked much into their
I
background.
realized recently that almost all my favorite actors are from Australia. I don't know why.
Interesting.
Really?
Yeah.
Like big time actors, not like the people that I enjoy. And
So, like, Hugh Jackman?
I don't mind Hugh Jackman.
Mm.
Like Guy Pearce, I usually like Guy Pearce
Mm.
for whatever reason.
Guy Pearce is really good.
Like Dennis Hopper is one of my favorite actors.
Yeah,
I love Dennis Hopper.
I like Dennis Hopper, yeah.
It's because he'll fuck anything that moves, I think. That's why. And I think that's just a quote.
Right.
I think you
It's
like
like
Dennis
Bronson.
Hopper because he's a little weird, too.
I know.
mean, he is a weird
I go all the way
dude.
back. I can watch Dennis Hopper as a young man to an old man, and I just enjoy him and whatever.
Yeah, I
reason.
like his
Yeah, I
films.
agree.
Like in the
He's-
fourth Crow movie, the only reason to watch that is because Dennis
You
Hopper.
watched all the way to the fourth
That
one?
one I
Yeah,
did not
I watch everything.
Yeah.
Dennis
I didn't
Hopper
get that
plays his normal like, hey brother, like self, but
Right.
he also is like runs a satanic church. But he doesn't like, he's just normal Dennis Hopper. Like, yeah, man,
Right.
come on in, worship some Satan with us.
Yeah.
and it's Dennis Hopper at
Right.
super
What's
old
the
age,
crow
so it's even funnier.
With, I
David
think
Boreanaz, that's that one.
No, Edward...
With Edward
Is it...
Furlong?
Yes, Edward
Yeah, the
Furlong.
one I'm talking about.
Oh, that's the one you're talking about?
David
Okay, I just wanted
Boreanaz
to make
is
sure.
the bad guy. Tyra Reid is his girlfriend.
The dude from Angel, right?
Eddie Furlong
Okay,
is the
I don't
crow.
know names as well as you guys do.
Eddie Furlong is the crow.
Yes.
Dennis Hopper just happens to have like a satanic worshiping ground that they end up at.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah,
I
that's
never-
And I
the
remember
one.
Tara Reid because it's Tara Reid.
Yeah, she's the best in what's the Uwe Boll movie that she's in? Alone in the Dark, where she plays a scientist.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, that film.
Was it passable? Did you believe
Oh,
her on the side?
no.
Have you ever seen an Uwe Boll
no,
film?
no.
In an Uwe Boll film,
Just
everything
to let
is
everybody know,
passable.
Eric's looking off to the side and just
I don't watch a lot
shunning.
of terror
Shunning the whole idea of the film itself.
Oh, whatever.
Alone in the Dark.
As should every man
I
and
mean-
woman.
It's good for a laugh.
Yeah.
I saw it in the theater. True story.
Whoa.
True story.
Did
There was no place to sit. We had to sit in the front. And about an hour, not even an hour, probably like 15 minutes in, we turn around and there's no one else in the theater but us,
Seems right.
the two other
That does
kids, the
seem
two
right.
kids that worked at the movie theater were still sitting in there, and that was it.
Uh-huh.
It was me,
Wow.
my buddy Mike.
But you
and,
know
like,
what?
It was probably
people
a
that
free
worked
screen.
Justice was served.
Everyone left. I think
Yeah.
Christian Slater beating up somebody at the beginning really just made everyone go, nah, I don't believe this.
They're just like, nah, no. Nope.
Christian
Nope.
Slater beats up a guy that's 2 feet taller than him. This
Uh-huh.
isn't true romance.
Right.
Great film, by the way.
What true romance?
Yes.
It's the best film Quentin Tarantino helped make, but had nothing to do with
You got him on a
other
thing
than
now.
like the script.
A Quentin Tarantino thing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Brett's non-liking of Quentin Tarantino.
I
You
don't dislike
like
Quentin Tarantino.
Oh.
no.
I have a hard time deciding if you like him or you don't like him because
I
of the way that you
appreciate
act
the
about him.
movement of him introducing people to good film. I just don't like that he reverted his
I'm
own
not sure he
storyline.
did though, because the people, most of the people that are fans of are Quentin Tarantino. Are
Also
just,
love all Rob Zombie's films.
yeah,
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's fair.
yeah. They don't
Never
really.
mind then.
They don't.
Really,
I feel
but-
like most of them.
Oh, come
don't
on,
really-
that's not fair.
Most of them just blindly praise him and still don't
'Cause I don't-
have any idea of any of the movies he's.
Because Rob, okay,
borrowing.
let's
I don't
be.
think it's fair for us to really initiate that to regular
I don't
people.
think we should compare Rob Zombie to Quentin Tarantino.
I can. What do I run? Do I run a place that's like 75% a movie store?
Okay, so you're
It's
telling
been a
me
movie store
He's
for
just
18,
saying same fan base.
18 years.
it's really that close.
Yeah,
I
it's
ran
just-
Hollywood Video for 6
Wow.
years. I'm running a movie
Because
store
Rob Zombie
now,
has a lot of terrible films,
and everyone that buys Quentin Tarantino
and like
movies constantly
maybe
asks for
one
Rob
or
Zombie
two
films.
decent ones.
They want Devil's Rejects. They want Pulp Fiction. And it's all the same people.
I'm gonna say
You're kind of
if you want
choking.
to criticize Quentin Tarantino, he brought John Travolta back.
He did. That is true.
So that's
Michael
a,
brought
that's,
John
that's a
Travolta back.
strike against him. No,
Yeah, all the grandmas like Michael.
John Travolta is like Paisley in that it should never come back into style.
That's really harsh.
Green Lantern's Blackest Night.
Okay.
Do you know that storyline at all?
I do. I have not read it, but I know what you're.
You know the
I know what you're talking
synopsis
about. I
of
know
it.
the yeah.
Okay.
Why do
So-
you keep talking about Ryan Reynolds stuff?
This
He
is
doesn't
a
like
Ryan
to talk
Reynolds.
about that movie.
We're not talking about that. God damn
I
it.
thought it was pretty good.
The Green Lantern film that Ryan Reynolds did. Yeah, let's not do
I literally
again.
can't recall any of it, and I've seen it like twice.
Yeah, and this is
And
how
I
bad
like
it
Ryan
is.
Reynolds.
I'll still
Yeah, I
watch
like
it,
Ryan Reynolds.
but
It's funny.
I like the
it's
two guys
awful.
that grow in a
I
pizza
know
place.
it's awful, but I'm like, fuck, I'll watch this anyway. No, Blackest Night probably one of the best storylines I've read in a long time for
Sounds like a
comics. I can't believe it took me this long
Sounds like
even
a
to
porn.
read it.
Is that what it was?
I started reading it when it came out, but I didn't.
Finish it.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I picked up like the first issue, maybe the second, and didn't.
Yeah, the first issue I think actually came out as free. It was like a free comic book, and then they did. It was like issue 0, and then they started
Yeah.
doing issue 1.
It was also
from
one
there.
of those that one of those huge like crossover things.
Oh, yeah.
that it just gets way too expensive if you're trying to buy the individual issues. When
Oh
they
yeah,
come out,
I
and
bought
I'm
the
just
graphic
like,
novel, like the
right,
actual
that's the way
book.
to do it. And I
yeah,
never picked up. So like when the event first started happening, I picked up an issue here or there. And
yeah.
it seemed potentially interesting. I heard some people say it was terrible, but
Oh, they're out of their minds.
it was like
I mean, if you were gonna make a film, honestly, that's one of the storylines. If I was gonna
Right.
make a Green Lantern
it
film,
was Jeff Johns, right?
huh?
Jeff Johns,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Which I mean, I not always, but quite often I like his stuff. I know a lot of people don't like him much, but I think he's done some pretty.
But
solid
this
stuff.
one he got accredited for highly. I mean, like a lot of this was just accredited it just went over really well with comic book fans
Right.
in general. The whole storyline itself is just amazing, and
What was
it
that? Not to interrupt you. What was
No,
that?
you-
That other Green Lantern Jeff Johns run that I really liked.
I think it was Green Lanterns versus Alien.
Right.
That was the only one I ever read. I just wanted to see how that would
yeah,
work out.
yeah. That was,
How'd it work out?
I own that now because I bought those comics from you. I have Green Lantern versus Alien
Did
now.
I actually
I
buy
have
those?
two of the
I
comics.
I did not read that.
That
one.
was
I
part
did-
of it. I kept those.
I
I was
did-
like, nah, I'm keeping
I
them.
did read the Superman versus Aliens.
I own that too
He's
from
got
him.
He's got
Yeah.
Batman.
I've got Batman versus Predator.
You've got Batman
He's got it
versus
from me.
Predator.
As, Batman versus Predator is at least passable.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
It's silly because
They're all silly.
The fact that it exists means it's just silly.
It's
but
ridiculous.
I don't know if the Predator landed there. I think
But-
you could probably fight Batman.
It makes more sense than any of the other ones.
Well, sure.
Superman versus Aliens was particularly ridiculous.
Oh, and his mullet, that beautiful, gorgeous, black, flowing mullet.
I will say, for Superman vs. Aliens, the only decent thing I can say about it is they came up with a good way for it not to be over in an issue
Yeah.
by
Well,
being
that's the
like,
thing.
he's too far away from the sun, so he doesn't have his powers.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it would be like 1 page long, and then it's like Superman vs. Aliens.
You know
over.
what? You know what drives me really crazy? Actually, about a lot of Superman-oriented comics, and actually, it's even more of the animations too. He goes on a lot of planets that there's no fucking suns.
Well, because
So-
because Superman is such an overpowered character that they have to come up with some way to handicap him, because otherwise you're not going to care.
But they're not-
It's just like, he's just going to win.
But
It's
they're not
Superman. What is
handicapped.
anyone going to do?
Yeah, but that's my point, is they're not handicapping him when there's no suns. Like, all these planets, they have no suns, and they're like, nah, he's still got full power.
Yeah, that
Yeah, it
makes
doesn't
no
make any
then.
sense.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. But they also do the opposite, too, when
Uh-huh.
they want to take the storyline and they want to make him
Right.
weak. They do. I get where you're coming from, because they do that shit. He's never going to die.
Yeah.
So how are we going to make it so that
That's-
he might die?
That's why I would say
That's their
I would
goal.
say Superman has to be one of the hardest comics to write for.
To write, to any movies, anything.
And to make it good.
Anything,
Just because,
yeah. Because he's Jesus in their world. Nothing can kill him.
Yeah.
He's too much.
Yeah.
Superman?
Yeah.
Oh,
We did get a Guardians of the Galaxy movie, which most people didn't
It's
know.
surprising.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
And it's done the best out of all.
You know what?
And it was one of the best
I really
like
in
that
my
movie.
opinion. Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised because they keep digging towards Constantine for some reason. Like they just want him to be more than what he is. Because they did, let's see, the movie, then they did the CW character, which then failed, and now they're getting ready to do
CW shows?
an animation. No, Smallville, even though it should have.
The thing is, I like the Hellblazer comics.
I do too,
It could
but-
be done well. They just haven't.
No.
Much like, I, in theory, am all about a Jonah Hex movie, just not the Jonah Hex movie we got.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Jonah Hex could be you could make a great Jonah Hex movie. They didn't.
You could.
But you could.
Also, Brett referencing, just to give up Brett and how much he hates how they take one actor and then apply him to another one.
Uh-huh.
Josh Brolin, wasn't he in Jonah Hex? And now
He is.
And now, yeah. And now he's playing Thanos, the voice of Thanos. So there you go. That is all for this week's Nerd Chatter. Thanks for tuning in and see you next time.